All right, so here we go again. We have some updates on, the big deal. Activision Blizzard, Microsoft, and Xbox, and everything that has to come with it. After the FTC sued, there's a lot of people keeping an eye on the CMA and the EU, aka Europe, on what they are going to do. So let's get into the major news that just dropped today about what's happening with the deal and what Microsoft has prepared for the EU to get this deal going through. There's a lot to talk about here, so let's get right into it. Alright, so you know the drill. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button and that like button. And if you want to be notified on future videos, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. All the support is greatly appreciated. Alright, so we know what this is all about. It's about Activision Blizzard, and this deal is just going to be dragging out for a very long time. And don't get me wrong, I'm somebody that's kind of sick of talking about it, but when you look at everything that's happening across the gaming industry, it all revolves around Activision Blizzard. Everybody's not buying anything, nobody's trying to bring anything out, and for the longest time, a lot of companies have been kind of stagnant on hiring talent because they want to see what's going to happen when the deal goes through and what talent is going to leave Activision Blizzard or what talent might leave Microsoft. There's going to be a lot of shifting around within the studios of Microsoft and Xbox, which brings us to why this antitrust warning might be activated by the European legislation. Here's what's being said. Microsoft to likely receive EU antitrust warning over Activision Blizzard purchase. What you need to know, the EU will likely issue an antitrust warning to Microsoft about its Activision Blizzard purchase. The European Commission is preparing a statement of objections that it will share with Microsoft in the coming weeks. The EU set a deadline to make a decision regarding Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard on April 11th, 2023. So the first thing people need to understand is that this isn't them just saying, oh, we're going to sue you like the FTC did. No, these are going to be concerns that are brought to Microsoft, and Microsoft is kind of in this negotiation tactic now. They're going to get this warning and kind of give remedies or compensation to the EU and these promises that maybe, hey, these concerns that you have won't be a problem if we do in fact get Activision Blizzard. Something that the FTC has said that Microsoft just didn't do for them. They brought all these concerns, Microsoft gave them answers, but they didn't like the answers, so they were going to sue. Now, don't get me wrong, there's probably other things in the background, some political stuff that they're trying to do at the FTC, and they're just trying to fight big tech. But overall, that's how the steps work. And that's what's happening with this European Commission, which the article states here. The European Commission will likely issue a warning to Microsoft regarding the tech giant's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. According to Reuters, Microsoft's $69 billion purchase of Activision Blizzard has been under heavy scrutiny by several governing bodies, including the United States Federal Trade Commission, the UK Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, and the European Union's European Commission. Now, it appears that Microsoft will receive a list of concerns about the deal. The European Commission will share a statement of objections with Microsoft that outlines what the governing body believes are issues with the purchase. Reuters stated that the Commission is preparing the charge sheet now and is expected to send it to Microsoft in the coming weeks. A deadline of April 2023 has been set by the European Commission to reach a decision about Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard. It's generally believed that the EU decision will affect how the FTC moves forward about the same deal. Now, this is where things get interesting, because a lot of people have talked about the European Commission bringing these concerns to Microsoft, but most people forget that the FTC is already sued. And if the European Commissions and the CMA decide to sue, I think that Microsoft starts looking at the lay of the land and realizing how much it's going to cost them to actually get this to go through. They'll be fighting on courts across the planet, basically, all over Europe, all over the United States, and of course in Britain. So what's the point of the deal if that goes through? Now, I understand that some people might not like hearing that, but that's just what I think in my head is what's going to happen. Now, I think that the concerns that the European Commission brings to Microsoft, they're going to address them completely and thoroughly. They're going to be completely transparent with them so they don't get sued, because if the European Commission and the FTC sues them, it's not a good deal. And it's something that Microsoft seems to be prepared for, as they say this. We're continuing to work with the European Commission to address any marketplace concerns. Our goal is to bring more games to more people, and this deal will further that goal, said Microsoft. It's expected that Microsoft will present several concessionary remedies to the EU and CMA. The company has also entered a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo Switch. Switch and Steam, which was likely made in an effort to sway regulators. Microsoft President Brad Smith offered to make a similar deal with Sony as well to have the popular gaming franchise remain available on PlayStation. And in November 2022, our managing editor, Jez Corden, argued that the EU's position on the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal is compromised. His piece focused largely on controversial statements made by Ricardo Cardoso, deputy head of unit interinstitutional and outreach in the European Union. The article also serves as a reminder of how complicated deals of this magnitude can become. Now, I just want to kind of dive into this because let's think about this. If the European Commission is giving Microsoft all of these concerns, you better believe that Microsoft's going to come with every detail that they have. They're going to show where the games are going to go, how much they're going to cost. They're going to do everything, be transparent about their subscriptions with Game Pass and what they want to do with cloud. It's all the things that the European Commission is kind of worried about. So that's what they're going to focus on. They're going to focus on the meat and potatoes of what this deal is and go into the fine details. That's going to be that entire thing. But the FTC is still suing them. So there is still some, I think, way that they can go back to the table, start negotiating, and that's exactly what they're doing with the European Commission. Microsoft is negotiating how to get this deal through in the European Commission. Now, if the European lawyers actually take this deal and put it through and say, you know what, by April 11th, it's okay, we're going to approve it, I think the FTC gets one of its legs cut out from under them, because not only is the EU going to allow it, that means the CMA isn't going to be far behind. So you look at all of that and you think, well, if Europe is doing it and the United States isn't, it's going to help Microsoft focus their energy and a lot of their money and a lot of their top lawyers to fight that thing with the FTC. It's going to be a huge deal. Now, I think this is going to drag out for a very long time. I understand that's kind of annoying considering we just want to talk about games here, but when you look at the amount of deal this is, when you look at how big it is for tech and not only just gaming, but just tech in general and the business world, it's going to affect a lot of markets. It's going to affect a lot of people and it's going to affect a lot of economies. That's what's going to happen with this whole thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I wish tomorrow they just say, hey, the deal's done. We're moving forward. Here's everything on Game Pass. Of course, because I like Game Pass. I play Game Pass on my PC almost every single day. So why wouldn't this deal go through? Well, it's for the FTC and Microsoft to figure that out. And on top of it, I'm glad that Microsoft is negotiating with the European Commissions because that's what they need to do. They need to make this one go through for sure. I feel like Microsoft kind of has their backs against the wall. I feel like this deal isn't as clear cut as everybody thought it was going to be. A lot of people thought, oh, it's going to go through because the FTC likes Microsoft. Oh, it's going to go through because blah, 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 blah. All these details that we've talked about. At the end of the day, you don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people don't know. And I have a feeling that Microsoft doesn't know. And so since Microsoft doesn't know, they're going to come ready to fight. And they're going to come ready to battle anybody and also address any concerns that the EU or FTC or CMA or whoever it is has. That's going to be the pivoting point of this deal. Can they do that? Can they breach that trust? Can they get that trust from these commissions that they're going to do what they say? Don't get me wrong. They can use what was said with the Bethesda deal because Microsoft was very vague in their words. They were very vague in what they were going to do with those studios. And then now we know that Starfield is exclusive to PC and Xbox. We know that games like Redfall are exclusive to PC and Xbox. They're not going to be on, any other platform like PlayStation or Switch. They're going to be on PC and Xbox and go on other platforms like Steam. So they have expanded where the games are going to go, and they have expanded where games are going to go with first party, but is it going to be enough to get these regulators and all these people that are going to be fighting against Microsoft to get this deal done in order for them to gain that trust? Who knows, but we'll find out. And I want to know what you think about this. Do you think the EU is going to sue Microsoft for this deal? Or do you think they're going to take all these concerns that the European Commission has and answer them and give them remedies for it? Or do you think they're going to combat some of them and say, hey, this isn't fair under some of the money that we're putting down? Or do you think it's going to be PlayStation, Google, Nvidia, and a bunch of other companies that have started to come out to fight against Microsoft getting this deal? Or do you think Microsoft's going to pull it out and get one of the biggest deals in gaming and one of the biggest deals in business? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So I know my voice sounds kind of weird. It's because I was watching the 49ers play the Seahawks, and the 49ers are my favorite team of all time. I love football, so I was screaming at the top top of my lungs. Brock Purdy looks awesome. The game looks awesome. I'm enjoying it. So let's hope this playoff run goes through. And if you're a football fan, let me know down below and let me know what your team is. But I've also been playing a lot of Fortnite, a lot of Apex Legends, Multiverses, and High on Life. I'm playing all these games. I'm just having a blast. I've also jumped into my Steam Deck a lot because I've been jumping into xCloud. xCloud got an upgrade for the Linux-based systems that have browsers running through Linux, and I gotta say, it is silky smooth on that Steam Deck. So I'm able to get achievements, play my Xbox games right there on xCloud with my Steam Deck, so I'm having a blast with that. And I'm also able to play Fortnite on there through xCloud, which is just flawless. It is so well done on there. I gotta hand it to Steam Deck. I gotta hand it to Xbox. They worked well together, and I'm glad that it's happening. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your Xbox, your PS5, your PC, or are you playing something on your Switch? Or what are you playing on your Steam Deck? Let me know down below because I want to know what games you're playing, because that's what we're here for, is to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.